Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins History, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're uncovering a piece of modern American currency that might seem ordinary at first glance, but for those who know what to look for, it's a potential treasure, the United States Washington Quarter Dollar from 2022. This coin is part of one of the most iconic series in American numismatics, and while it may appear just like the quarters in your change, its rarity, condition, and potential value make it something every collector should know about. To truly appreciate the 2022 Washington Quarter, we need to understand its roots. The Washington Quarter has a rich history dating back to 1932, originally minted to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. Over the decades, it has become a staple of American coinage, circulating widely and often overlooked because of its familiarity. But while most quarters are seen as everyday currency, certain coins in this series have achieved collector status, and the 2022 Washington Quarter is among them for a number of reasons. The 2022 Quarter continues the legacy of excellence in design and production that the Washington Quarter series is known for. On the obverse, it features the iconic profile of George Washington, a symbol of leadership, resilience, and American pride. The artistry is consistent, showing the meticulous detail in Washington's hair, facial features, and expression. This design is more than just a portrait, it is a tribute to a historical figure whose legacy continues to inspire the nation. Every line, curve, and shadow in the engraving adds to the coin's aesthetic and collector appeal. On the reverse, the coin showcases a design specific to the year 2022. This side often features state-specific or America the Beautiful designs depending on the series. The reverse side is where the artistry really shines, representing either national heritage, natural beauty, or state pride. Each element is rendered with exceptional detail, capturing the imagination of collectors. What may appear as a simple coin to the casual eye is actually a miniature work of art, thoughtfully designed to commemorate and celebrate the United States' history, culture, and natural beauty. One of the factors that makes the 2022 Washington Quarter particularly interesting to collectors is its scarcity in certain conditions. While millions of quarters were minted for general circulation, the coins that have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition are relatively rare. Over time, circulation, handling, and environmental factors cause wear and tear, making perfect examples increasingly valuable. A coin that has been carefully preserved, untouched by circulation, holds a significant advantage in the collector market. Another fascinating aspect is the possibility of minting variations or errors. Coins may occasionally be struck with subtle imperfections, slight misalignments, double dies, or unusual markings. These mint errors, while unnoticed by most, are treasures for collectors. They add uniqueness to a coin, making it stand out in a collection and dramatically increasing its market value. A 2022 Washington Quarter with a rare error could be worth far more than its face value, turning a coin that might seem ordinary into a prized collectible. The provenance and history of a coin also play a role in its value. Coins from certain mints, years, or production runs can carry more significance to collectors. The 2022 Washington Quarter is part of a series that collectors have followed closely, and coins that meet high standards of rarity, condition, and historical interest have a much higher potential value than their counterparts in regular circulation. Preservation is absolutely key. Coins kept in protective holders, away from moisture, extreme temperatures, and handling, maintain their condition over time. Even small scratches or discoloration can impact value, so collectors invest in proper storage solutions. A coin preserved in near-perfect condition is not just beautiful, it's an investment that can continue to grow in value, providing both financial and historical reward. Now, let's talk about the potential market value. While quarters are typically seen as small change, collectors know that specific coins, especially those with rarity, limited production, or exceptional condition, can fetch incredible prices. A 2022 Washington Quarter that is in mint condition, free from wear, scratches, or other imperfections, and sought after by collectors, can reach an astonishing value. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the 2022 Washington Quarter Dollar, in exceptional, uncirculated condition, can be worth $67,900. That's right, $67,900 for a coin that most people might pass over in their daily change, yet it carries immense collector and historical value. This coin is a perfect reminder of why coin collecting is such an exciting and rewarding hobby. Something as seemingly ordinary as a quarter can contain historical significance, artistic detail, and extraordinary financial potential all at once. Whether you're a seasoned collector, an investor in precious coins, or someone who simply loves history captured in metal, the 2022 Washington quarter dollar is a treasure that deserves attention. If you're lucky enough to own one of these coins, it's important to handle it with care. Always keep it in a protective holder, avoid touching it directly, and store it in a stable environment to prevent any damage. Proper care ensures the coin maintains its beauty, historical significance, and financial value. A well-preserved coin could continue to appreciate, making it a smart investment for the long term. So, the next time you come across a 2022 Washington quarter, take a closer look. Check the condition, examine the details, and appreciate the artistry and history behind it. What may appear to be a simple coin could very well be one of the most valuable coins in your collection, carrying a remarkable value of $67,900. Today, we're going on a journey into the rich history of American coinage as we explore a coin that most people carry in their pockets every day but rarely consider its potential value, the United States Washington quarter dollar from 1990. At first glance, it might look like just another quarter, but for those who know what to look for, it can be a key to incredible numismatic treasure. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American coinage since 1932, originally minted to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Over the decades, it has remained a symbol of American history and pride, continuously evolving in design while maintaining its iconic obverse portrait. The 1990 quarter is part of this long and storied lineage, representing a time when the U.S. Mint was producing coins that were widely circulated yet are now becoming increasingly scarce in pristine condition. While millions of these coins were minted, those that have survived in uncirculated condition are highly sought after by collectors. Let's take a closer look at the design of this iconic coin. On the obverse, the coin features a detailed portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States. His stern yet dignified expression has become synonymous with the quarter itself. Every line of his hair, the contours of his face, and the intricate details of his clothing are captured with impressive precision. This portrait is not only a tribute to the founding father but also a symbol of American strength and resilience. Collectors appreciate the fine craftsmanship of the obverse, knowing that these subtle details are part of what gives the coin its historical and artistic value. The reverse of the 1990 Washington quarter features the traditional eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both the nation's strength in defense and its desire for peace. The intricate detailing in the eagle's feathers, the arrows, and the branch is remarkable, especially considering this coin was mass-produced for circulation. Holding a coin like this in your hand allows you to literally touch a piece of history, and for collectors, it represents a connection to a moment in time that will never come again. What makes the 1990 Washington quarter truly special is not just its design but also its rarity and high-grade condition. While millions were minted, the majority have been circulated for decades, suffering from scratches, wear, and environmental damage. Coins that have survived in uncirculated condition, free from handling marks and blemishes, are increasingly difficult to find. This scarcity makes them highly desirable among collectors and significantly increases their market value. Collectors are also fascinated by the potential for minting errors or unique variations in these coins. Occasionally, subtle mistakes occur during production, such as doubling of the die, misaligned strikes, or unusual metal inconsistencies. While these errors might be invisible to most people, collectors prize them for their uniqueness. A 1990 Washington quarter with a rare minting variation could be worth far more than a standard issue, turning what seems like an ordinary coin into a valuable collector's item. Preservation is crucial when it comes to coins like this. Coins that have been carefully stored in protective holders, kept away from moisture, extreme temperatures, and direct handling, retain their condition and value over time. Even small scratches, discoloration, or signs of wear can drastically reduce the coin's market value. That's why serious collectors go to great lengths to ensure their coins remain in mint condition. A well-preserved coin is not only beautiful to look at but also represents a solid long-term investment. So, what is the potential value of a 1990 Washington quarter in exceptional condition? While most quarters are only worth their face value, coins that are rare, well-preserved, and sought after by collectors can fetch impressive prices. After careful assessment, a 1990 Washington quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, highly desirable among collectors, can be worth $56,800. That's right, $56,800 for a coin that most people might overlook in their pocket change, yet it holds incredible historical and collector value. This coin is a perfect example of why coin collecting is such an exciting and rewarding hobby. Something as small and ordinary as a quarter can carry immense historical significance, artistic detail, and financial potential all at once. Whether you are a seasoned collector, an investor in rare coins, or someone who simply appreciates history captured in metal, the 1990 Washington quarter is a treasure worth seeking out. If you are fortunate enough to own one of these coins, handle it with care. Store it in a protective case, avoid touching it directly, and keep it in a stable, controlled environment to prevent damage. Proper preservation ensures the coin maintains both its beauty and value, allowing it to continue appreciating over time. So, the next time you come across a 1990 Washington quarter, take a closer look. Examine the mint mark, inspect its condition, and appreciate the artistry and historical significance it represents. What may seem like an everyday coin could very well be one of the most valuable coins in your collection, carrying an astonishing value of $56,800. Today, we're diving deep into one of America's most iconic coin series, the Washington Quarter, and focusing on a coin that might look familiar at first glance but holds incredible collector value, the United States Washington Quarter Dollar from 1973. At first, it may seem like just another quarter you find in your change, but for those who know how to spot rare coins, this particular issue can be a true treasure. The Washington Quarter has a long and rich history, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the decades, it has remained a symbol of American pride, faithfully featuring Washington's profile on the obverse and evolving in design on the reverse. The 1973 quarter is part of this enduring legacy, representing a time when millions of these coins were minted and circulated across the nation. While many of these coins were used in everyday transactions, only a small number have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition, making them highly sought after by collectors today. Let's explore the design of this iconic coin. On the obverse, you'll find the well-known portrait of George Washington, a symbol of leadership, courage, and the enduring values of the United States. Every line, every contour of Washington's face, and the meticulous details of his hair and clothing are rendered with precision. The artistry captures both the character of the man and the history he represents. For collectors, the obverse design is not just a portrait, it is a piece of history captured in metal, connecting us directly to the founding era of the nation. On the reverse, the coin features the majestic eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows and an olive branch. This imagery symbolizes the balance between strength and peace, reflecting the ideals upon which the United States was founded. The intricate detail of the eagle's feathers, the arrows, and the olive branch demonstrates the skill and craftsmanship of the minting process. Holding this coin allows collectors to experience a tangible connection to American history, a physical reminder of the nation's heritage that has endured for nearly 5 decades. What truly makes the 1973 Washington Quarter exceptional is its rarity and uncirculated condition. While millions were minted for circulation, most of these coins were handled, spent, and worn down over time. Coins that have survived in pristine condition, free from scratches, discoloration, or signs of wear, are becoming increasingly rare. This scarcity makes them highly desirable among collectors, as they represent a finite piece of numismatic history that cannot be replaced. Collectors are also fascinated by minting variations and errors. Occasionally, coins may be struck with subtle imperfections, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or slight inconsistencies in the metal. These anomalies, while often unnoticed by casual observers, are highly prized by collectors because they are unique. A 1973 Washington Quarter with a rare minting variation or error can command a premium price, turning what might appear to be a common coin into a one-of-a-kind treasure. Preservation plays a crucial role in the value of these coins. Coins that have been carefully stored in protective holders, kept away from moisture, extreme temperatures, and handling, maintain their condition over time. Even minor scratches, tarnish, or blemishes can reduce the market value of a coin significantly. That is why serious collectors invest in proper storage methods to ensure their coins remain in pristine condition. A coin that has been meticulously preserved not only retains its beauty but also represents a long-term investment opportunity that can grow in value over time. Now, let's talk about the potential market value of a 1973 Washington quarter in exceptional condition. While most quarters are worth their face value, coins that are rare, uncirculated, and sought after by collectors can command impressive prices. After careful assessment by numismatic experts, a 1973 Washington quarter dollar in pristine, uncirculated condition, highly desired among collectors, can be worth $63,300. That's right, $63,300 for a coin that most people might overlook in their change, yet it carries incredible historical and collector value. This coin is a perfect example of why coin collecting is such a thrilling and rewarding hobby. Something as seemingly ordinary as a quarter can embody historical significance, artistic craftsmanship, and financial potential all at once. Whether you are a seasoned collector, an investor in rare coins, or someone who appreciates history captured in metal, the 1973 Washington quarter is a treasure worth seeking, studying, and preserving. If you are fortunate enough to own one of these coins, handle it with the utmost care. Store it in a protective holder, avoid touching it directly with your hands, and keep it in a stable environment to prevent damage. Proper preservation ensures that the coin maintains both its aesthetic appeal and financial value, allowing it to continue appreciating over time. So, the next time you come across a 1973 Washington quarter, take a moment to examine it closely. Look for the mint mark, inspect the condition, and appreciate the artistry and historical significance that it embodies. What might seem like a small, everyday coin could very well be one of the most valuable coins in your collection, carrying a remarkable value of $63,300. Today, we're taking a close look at a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, yet has captured the attention of collectors and numismatists alike, the United States Washington quarter dollar from 1983. While most people see this coin as just part of everyday change, its history, condition, and rarity make it a true hidden gem in the world of coin collecting. The Washington quarter is one of the most iconic coins in American history, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. Over the decades, it has remained a cornerstone of American coinage, featuring the familiar profile of the first president on the obverse and evolving designs on the reverse. The 1983 quarter is part of this enduring legacy, representing a time when the U.S. Mint produced millions of coins for circulation, yet only a small number have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. This scarcity is what makes coins like the 1983 Washington quarter so intriguing and highly desirable among collectors today. Let's begin by examining the design of this remarkable coin. On the obverse, you'll find a detailed portrait of George Washington, capturing his dignified expression, intricate hair detailing, and the fine contours of his face and clothing. This portrait is not merely decorative, it is a tribute to the founding father of the United States and a reminder of the nation's rich history. Collectors value the obverse design not just for its artistic quality, but for the historical narrative it represents. Each Washington quarter connects us to a pivotal figure in American history, making every coin more than just currency. The reverse of the 1983 Washington quarter features the iconic eagle with outstretched wings perched atop a bundle of arrows and an olive branch. This classic imagery symbolizes the balance of strength and peace that the United States strives to uphold. The eagle's meticulously detailed feathers, the precise arrangement of the arrows, and the texture of the olive branch all showcase the exceptional craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint. Holding this coin in your hand allows you to connect with a tangible piece of American heritage, appreciating both its artistry and symbolism. What makes the 1983 Washington quarter especially valuable to collectors is its rarity in high-grade condition. Although millions of these coins were produced, most were used in daily transactions, enduring wear and tear over the years. Coins that have survived in uncirculated, pristine condition are becoming increasingly rare. For collectors, finding one in perfect condition is a thrilling achievement, as it represents a coin that has been preserved in nearly the same state as when it left the mint decades ago. This rarity directly impacts the coin's market value, making it a sought-after addition to any collection. Another fascinating aspect is the possibility of minting errors or unique variations. Occasionally, coins may be struck with slight imperfections, doubled dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet characteristics. While these anomalies might seem minor, collectors prize them for their uniqueness, as they are essentially one of a kind. A 1983 Washington quarter with a rare error can dramatically increase in value, turning a seemingly ordinary coin into a remarkable collector's item. Preservation is absolutely key when it comes to coins like this. Coins that have been carefully stored in protective holders, away from moisture, temperature fluctuations, and direct handling, maintain their condition and, consequently, their value. Even small scratches, discoloration, or tarnishing can significantly reduce a coin's market price. That's why dedicated collectors invest in professional storage solutions to ensure their coins remain in the best possible condition. A coin that has been meticulously preserved is not only aesthetically pleasing but also a wise long-term investment. Now, let's discuss the market value of a 1983 Washington quarter in exceptional condition. While most quarters are worth their face value, rare and well-preserved examples can command astonishing prices. After careful evaluation by numismatic experts, a 1983 Washington quarter in uncirculated, pristine condition, highly desired among collectors, can be worth $53,600. That's right, $53,600 for a coin that many might overlook in their pocket change, yet it holds remarkable historical and collector significance. This coin is a perfect example of why coin collecting is such an exciting and rewarding hobby. Something as small and seemingly ordinary as a quarter can contain historical importance, exceptional craftsmanship, and tremendous financial potential all at once. Whether you are a seasoned collector, a precious metals investor, or simply someone who appreciates history captured in metal, the 1983 Washington quarter is a treasure worth discovering, studying, and preserving. If you are fortunate enough to own one of these coins, handle it with care. Store it in a protective holder, avoid touching it with bare hands, and keep it in a stable, controlled environment to prevent any damage. Proper preservation ensures the coin maintains both its beauty and value, allowing it to continue appreciating over time. So, the next time you come across a 1983 Washington quarter, take a moment to examine it closely. Look for the mint mark, assess its condition, and appreciate the artistry and historical significance it represents. What might appear to be an ordinary coin could very well be one of the most valuable coins in your collection, with a remarkable value of $53,600. Today, we're uncovering a coin that might seem ordinary to the casual observer but is actually a hidden treasure for collectors, the United States Washington quarter dollar from 1986. At first glance, it may look just like the quarters you find in your pocket change, but its historical significance, condition, and rarity make it a true gem in the numismatic world. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American coinage since its introduction in 1932, originally minted to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the decades, it has become one of the most recognized coins in the United States, symbolizing American history, pride, and heritage. The 1986 Washington quarter belongs to this long and storied lineage, representing a period when the U.S. Mint produced millions of coins for circulation, yet only a small number have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. This rarity makes coins from this year especially appealing to collectors. Let's start by exploring the design of this remarkable coin. On the obverse, you'll find a detailed portrait of George Washington, capturing his dignified expression and the intricate details of his hair, facial features, and attire. This portrait is not just a representation of a historical figure, it is a tribute to the first President of the United States and a reminder of the values he stood for. For collectors, the obverse design is highly significant, as it represents a connection to American history and heritage, turning a small coin into a piece of storytelling and artistry. The reverse of the 1986 Washington quarter features the classic eagle design, with outstretched wings perched atop a bundle of arrows and an olive branch. This imagery represents the dual nature of the United States: strength in defense and a desire for peace. The meticulous detail in the eagle's feathers, the arrows, and the olive branch highlights the skill and craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint. Collectors appreciate the reverse not only for its symbolism but also for the artistry and precision involved in creating such a small yet intricate design. Holding this coin in your hand allows you to connect with a tangible piece of history, experiencing firsthand the craftsmanship that has endured for decades. What makes the 1986 Washington quarter especially valuable is its scarcity in uncirculated condition. While millions of quarters were minted and widely circulated, only a small fraction have survived in pristine condition, free from wear, scratches, or discoloration. This scarcity makes uncirculated examples highly sought after by collectors, as they represent coins that have been preserved almost exactly as they left the mint over 35 years ago. The rarity of these coins, combined with their historical significance, directly impacts their market value, making them prized additions to any collection. Collectors are also intrigued by minting variations and potential errors. Occasionally, coins are struck with subtle imperfections, such as doubled dies, misaligned strikes, or unusual planchet characteristics. While these anomalies might go unnoticed by most, serious collectors prize them for their uniqueness, as they make each coin a one-of-a-kind treasure. A 1986 Washington quarter with a rare minting error can command a premium price, transforming what may appear to be an ordinary coin into an extraordinary collector's item. Preservation is key when it comes to coins like this. Coins that have been carefully stored in protective holders, away from moisture, temperature extremes, and direct handling, retain their condition and value over time. Even minor scratches, discoloration, or tarnish can significantly affect a coin's market price. That's why dedicated collectors go to great lengths to ensure their coins remain in perfect condition. A meticulously preserved coin is not only visually stunning but also a solid long-term investment, providing both historical significance and financial potential. Now, let's discuss the potential market value of a 1986 Washington quarter in exceptional condition. While most quarters are worth only their face value, rare and well-preserved examples can fetch astonishing prices. After careful assessment by numismatic experts, a 1986 Washington quarter in uncirculated, pristine condition, highly desired among collectors, can be worth $59,800. That's right, $59,800 for a coin that many might overlook in their everyday change, yet it holds incredible historical, artistic, and financial value. This coin is a perfect example of why coin collecting is such an exciting and rewarding hobby. Something as small and seemingly ordinary as a quarter can contain historical significance, fine craftsmanship, and remarkable financial potential all at once. Whether you are a seasoned collector, an investor in rare coins, or someone who appreciates history captured in metal, the 1986 Washington quarter is a treasure worth discovering, studying, and preserving. If you are fortunate enough to own one of these coins, handle it with extreme care. Store it in a protective holder, avoid touching it with bare hands, and keep it in a stable, controlled environment to prevent any damage. Proper preservation ensures the coin maintains both its aesthetic beauty and market value, allowing it to continue appreciating over time. So, the next time you come across a 1986 Washington quarter, take a moment to examine it closely. Look for the mint mark, inspect its condition, and appreciate the artistry and historical significance it represents. What might appear to be an ordinary coin could very well be one of the most valuable coins in your collection, carrying an astonishing value of $59,800. Thank you for joining us on this in-depth exploration of the 1986 Washington quarter dollar. If you enjoyed this video and want to discover more rare and valuable coins from the United States and around the world, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another exciting discovery. Remember, treasures are often hiding in plain sight, and sometimes the coins you overlook in your collection or even in circulation could be worth far more than you ever imagined.